This is great because now by the time you're done playing
my God. I mean, the next thing you know, I'll have Iron Eagle coming out and saying stuff to me. I mean, I just don't need that.
I mean, it has a mean temperature.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not going to be messed with.
No.
Nuh-uh.
So you're on our side now. You're with me.
No, really. He's a punk is what he is. That's exactly what he is.
Time to
Why
hit
do
the
I
balloon.
feel afraid right now? I'm just asking.
How about if I just come out there and whip your ass?
You don't rule for 900 years.
Listen, see, what does Sid do?
He's trying to avoid Mike.
Well, no, but where does he go? I mean, every time I'm looking for him, I go out there, he's on the telephone with somebody. I mean, it's unbelievable. Can you devote any time to this program?
I don't understand. Mike Breen came in. I wasn't going to come in the same time as Mike Breen.
Well, no, he's,
Mike Breen is a legend, and I'm just keeping his seat warm until he gets back here because he's almost done with the NBA.
Yeah, here's anyway, before Charles brings up to speed on what's going on in the world, we need a golf announcer for the Stephen A. Cox Charity Classic that we're having on September 22nd out at Fiddler's Penis Golf Course. And
I'm sorry, you don't want Jim Nance?
No, we don't want Jim Nance. Jim Nance won't be there.
You said announcer. I'm a golf player.
Well, we don't want you to play,
And a damn good one as well.
You can play on Francesa's team, then.
Do you know that I've played on 2 different teams, on your team and Francesa's team, and both times the team I was on won?
What is your handicap?
That's not just a coincidence.
What is your handicap?
I don't keep score. I don't think it's necessary.
Well, we're going to keep score that day.
I think it's self-serving.
Okay, will you, what are you doing on September 22nd? Do you know yet?
I'm going to be there as a golfer. I'm going to lead your team to victory.
So you're not going to be on my team?
The only constant in all these tournaments is the team that I've played on has won the tournament.
Will you be our announcer? We'd like you to do that. We're inviting you to do that.
I've been asked to be on Francesa's team. Adam is hoping to get on your team.
Uh-oh.
So I'm in a quandary.
Wow. What will Mike do?
For somebody whose career is not going all that great, I mean, maybe you should seize this opportunity to try to get back in the limelight.
Be an announcer.
Yeah,
My career is fine, thank you.
I mean, doing games on TNT with Fat Charles Barkley is not exactly, not going to get a star in a Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I've been inspired by Annika Sorenstam. I'm going to become the first male to play in the WNBA. It's going to happen.
No, you won't be the first.
Please welcome now to the I'm Morning program, sponsored by Tri-State Jeep dealer, my brother Fred IMUS from Granbury, Texas. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Say hi to Mike Breen.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hello, Fred.
You know, Sid should leave the building when Breen's there.
Well,
Sid is great. I think Sid is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I love Sid.
You see that? Fred came around. Good morning, Fred.
Fred doesn't care.
He hates Sid. Come on.
I love Sid, yeah. What?
I love Sid.
Please.
Well, this weekend we had the Coca-Cola 600, right, Fred?
In Charlotte.
Yes.
I'm picking Terry Labonte to win this one. He's still racing, isn't he?
Still has a car.
I still have the car, I guess, yeah.
I mean, you can't just keep picking Gordon and Earnhardt Jr. every week. You got to pick somebody else.
You've been following this woman playing golf, Fred.
Yes, I have.
And?
Oh man, I'm praying she makes the cut.
Yeah.
Why? Of course, it's probably too good to hope that she wins.
Yeah.
But I do hope she's very competitive.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's great for golf,
Wow, you're a fag.
Good story.
I mean,
You're a fag, Fred. That's what it comes down to.
who would even have any interest?
Maybe there could be another. Maybe there could be another direction we could go in, Sid.
Then what?
They're calling somebody a fag.
Oh, Fred?
Yeah, or anybody.
Oh, Fred's a fag. There's no doubt about it.
Anyway, she has a great demeanor about her. I've seen her interviewed a lot of times, so she's great. She's going to go out there and kick some butt.
You're probably one of those guys who want a woman president also, right?
Where do you buy your panties there in Texas, by the way?
Oh, come on, Fred.
I mean, we're asking her to play golf. We aren't asking her to line up in the backfield for the Dallas Cowboys, It's
Very
golf.
good point.
Well, it's good to hear from the other IMUS sister. Thanks for weighing in.
By the way, we got a $5,000 donation from the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Did you know that?
No, I did
To
not.
the Radiothon?
Really?
So, of course, I'll be a Cowboys fan this year.
Larry
Switzer? That's not my... I realize you're kind of out of the loop, Mike, but...
Tom Landry.
So Anna Nicole Smith is the new coach of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Anything else, Fred?
So, this blonde locks her keys in the car,
Sure.
and she walks over to this gas station, asks the attendant, say, hey, do you have anything I can open my door with, you know? So he looks around, and he finds a clothes hanger and gives her the clothes hanger. So, a little while later, he goes out to check on her, see how she's doing, you know?
Yeah.
And there's another blonde in the car saying, no, over to the left a little bit.
Now listen, Sapphire, how would you like to come home every day and find a no-good bum laying around the house?
Well, what you think I've been doing for 22 years?
What makes Haberstadt Long Island's ultimate BMW dealership? Our exceptional service? Of course. Our huge selection? Absolutely.
It's a giant moment.
One more
Quickly.
quick point. I think that the Devils can win this series in about 6 games. Brian Dorr is just really so tough in net right now. They got to score more goals against the Ducks. I can see them possibly winning in 6 games. It's going to be a tough series.
I'm excited for the Devils. Martin Brodeur. They have more players who have won the Cup. 15 players with the Devils have experience winning the Stanley Cup, and that's going to be the difference in this series. We'll be back. Don't go away. Christine Brennan up next.
We're the station that talks New York sports with the people that know New York sports. Mac and Sid in middays, Mike and the Mad Dog in the afternoon, Steve Summers at night, and Joe Beningo overnights. We're the flagship station for New York sports and IMUS in the morning. The Fan, Sport Radio 66, WFAN New York, an Infinity Broadcasting Station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good evening at 10 o'clock. I'm Bob Eisler.
The hitter.
Degrees, and that's what's happening. I'm Bob Eisler with 2020 Sports on WFAN, your flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Anna Glory with you on the Fan. Glad to be with you on this Sunday night. A rainy Sunday night. But what else is new? God, will we ever see the sun? Hoping you're having a great weekend as we continue to talk about the world of sports. We'll eventually get into the Nets, the Devils, the Yankees, the Mets, and the dispute between the Big East and the ACC. But first, we continue on this
We're still Monday Night Football. On Westwood 1, is that who's doing it for?
Correct.
No.
With Boomer.
With Boomer Esiason. Let's listen to the call again and see if Boomer's interrupting Marv. All right. Here we go.
Second down and 8. Signals being called. Warner takes. Short set. Now, it is picked off. Intercepted by Kelly. He's down to the 10, down to the 5, and taken down from behind. The third time that Kurt Warner has been intercepted. Brian Kelly coming up with the pick and returning for 30 yards.
That wasn't too bad.
Not really.
Caught himself.
Yeah. Here's Tom on line 1. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fireman in the fire department. I wanted to mention about Steven Sharippa too.
Yeah.
You know, he came to a few of the funerals too. You know, we lost a few good friends together. You know, I know him from Benson a long time.
Good guy, isn't he?
Excellent. Okay.
Hey, while I have you on the phone,
Now, before you go, hold on.
I got to talk to you.
Wait, one thing. That thing with Trattoria. Think of Victoria.
Okay.
Trattoria.
All right. Now let me ask
Let me
you.
hear you say it.
Trattoria.
There you go.
Okay, let me ask you something now.
Hurry up.
Out at the ranch, we fly the New York City Fire Department flag and up in Westport,
Yes.
and the one in Westport's faded. How do I get a new one?
How do you get a new one?
Yeah.
Well, call downtown. See if you can call one Metrotech. Go to Metrotech and call them. It's a 999 number.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
It's in the book.
All right.
All right, say Trattoria.
Trattoria.
You know, Joe Townsend does that commercial. Speak to him.
All right.
All right, listen, you're the greatest.
Thank you, Tom, very much.
I don't really mean that.
That's fine. Get off my phone.
Adios.
Tom's a lieutenant in the fire department here in New York City. I can't, I don't know why the one at the ranch is fine. But the one at the, well, it's right on the water,
That's
so
right.
it's faded.
Yeah.
Looks kind of, well, I'm going to come in there.
I don't know why. Well, it's right on the water.
Janice Dean is here. How are you, Janice?
Good morning.
So when did you start yesterday?
I started yesterday. Yeah,
Moved down from Canada?
I did.
And this
Still living out of my car, actually.
kind of a jewel thing you got going on, right? And this time you didn't follow some man who made a bunch of promises to you.
No, that's true, actually. Yeah, but I hear Billy Joel is looking for a roommate. Did you hear that story?
That's true.
He's moving out of the Hamptons and into New York. Let's see here. If you want to make beautiful music with the Piano Man, a relationship expert says you better throw away those dreams of stardom first. This guy apparently says that even though Joel is wanting to move to the Big Apple to meet the woman of his dreams, this person says forget it because he's still getting over Christy Brinkley.
He's lonely, though.
He's lonely, and I'm willing to be a roommate.
You are? Well, that might entail something other than...
I can't cook, though.
You know a good dealer?
Why are we not surprised? You can't cook?
I can't, no. I'm good with the microwave, though.
You shouldn't be using a microwave.
No.
No, I mean... It's
Cooking is not rocket science, by the way.
No.
It is in my books.
I mean, I know how to cook.
You know how to cook?
Yeah.
What's your best dish?
Pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a sort of a marinara sauce, or...
Well, I mean, it comes out of the jar, but it's not brain
Comes
surgery.
out of a jar.
No, I mean, I can make a great pasta salad.
I'm familiar with the Chef Boyardee.
I can make,
That's why you're looking for a roommate.
I can make omelets.
Omelets are
I know how to
good.
cook an omelet.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
4 food groups if you throw in
I
some
can
cheese
iron.
and vegetables.
I know that
Wow.
I can sew.
But see, I'm trying to look like for a man such as yourself, but I'm having a tough time.
Got to find those
It's not Billy
Renaissance
Joel.
men.
It's not
tell you
Billy
that.
Joel. I should stay
No.
away from him.
No. Well, how about checking with Christy? She found a pretty nice guy.
In a bar. I've done that.
Whatever.
I've gone that path before, and it's
Yeah?
just led me astray.
You know, didn't you used to go out with hockey players?
I've I've dated a few washed-up hockey players.
Okay, well, I met Mark Messier yesterday.
Yes, actually, I've met him before as well.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Didn't date him, though.
Well, he's married.
Yes, I know he is. He is married. Yeah.
You weren't dating married hockey players, were you?
No, not that I'm aware of. I didn't see any rings on anybody's fingers.
Okay. Would you date a married man?
Would I date a married man?
No, the answer is just no. The answer is no, Jan.
No.
The answer is
But
no.
I don't know. Maybe some of these guys are married, and they're
Well,
just not
no.
telling me.
That's not what's troubling
Okay,
you.
dating. No, I would not.
Good.
It's not right.
No, good for you.
Yeah.
My mother's listening.
Well, no, it should be your your morality and your ethics.
No, I do have some kind of...
Well, not much, it doesn't sound like. Boy, you appropriate for the scum report.
Perfect.
Holy God.
Billy Joel, I'm available.
Call me. Well, do you have a scum report?
I do, actually. Outfits worn by some of the stars at this year's Emmy Awards are being auctioned off on the Internet. Jennifer Aniston, Allison Janney, Martin Sheen are among the celebrities who have donated their outfits to the auction in aid of Benefit Cure Autism. Aniston has donated her a vintage Christian Dior gown, which she wore to collect her Best Actress in a Comedy Award, and I'll be able to slip that over my right ankle. Who's going to want that?
Well,
Size 1. Nick Nolte has checked himself into a
you look
rehab
great.
clinic.
I saw that picture lying on your desk this morning.
It's not, he doesn't look
Brought
well.
back memories, huh, Chief?
I said to Janice, I said, that's me in the 80s.
Yeah.
I never even looked that bad, did I? Or did I?
Yes.
I did?
Yeah, there was a point right
This
before
is-
you went.
I mean, he doesn't look like he's bathed for days here in this picture.
Oh.
Arrested earlier this month on suspicion of drunk driving. He has checked himself into a substance abuse and psychiatric center. Silver Hill Hospital, actually. Same place that Billy Joel checked into.
Right.
So he was described as disheveled and drooling when he was arrested in California.
Come on, Harry.
Sounds like a fun date to me.
Well, it actually does.
Can he cook?
Yeah, Can he cook?
I'm not sure.
We know he can drool.
He doesn't look like he can iron, that's for sure.
Were you a hockey fan?
I like the Ottawa Senators. They're
Oh, you did?
from my hometown, yeah.
So did you go to the game?
I did, yeah.
And
To
you-
be Canadian, you have to like hockey, I think.
And then were you throwing stuff on the ice?
No throwing of stuff
How'd
on
you
the
meet
ice.
the players?
Bars after.
Oh, Jesus, God, get out of my seat.
My Maserati does 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a limo right in the back. I lock the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my fans, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm sane after all I've been through. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life is good for me so far. I'm in the morning.
This is Dr. Danny. Paul, you're on the air.
Oh, clearly. Oh, sure. Here every day and just our ticking time bomb.
Like the newsman.
Yeah, I'd say he's number one.
What do you mean?
I'd put Chuck
Bible
in.
study class. Clearly. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's going to happen. It's
Voice
getting
of reason.
Closer and closer as the days go on.
The Bible study class, all that.
That's right.
You may know him as Charles McCord from the Argus in the Morning program.
Have a helicopter on MSNBC. It'll say, Wayne, New Jersey. There'll be a helicopter over your house.
Out from the Astoria Studios, and there's Charles McCord.
Here in the White House is NBC's White House correspondent, along with, Campbell Brown and David Gregory, the two primary White House correspondents, but there must be about 10 of them, or 4 or 5 anyway.
They run them in, run them out, yeah, fairly frequently.
Well, I guess these are the two main ones.
I would say so. It's like, like Champion, like Bodacious and Little Yellow Jacket or somebody like that. The primary ones.
The nightly news ones,
Yeah.
as opposed to the cable ones.
Oh, the weekend ones.
Yeah, right.
Well, here's David Gregory. Good morning, David.
God, what a compelling wind-up that was.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there was just such, toing and froing here before we get to it here. Well, hey, happy hump day, middle of the week. Almost there, aren't we?
Happy hump day?
Hump day. David.
Well, it's Wednesday.
Good, we're having a hump on.
You see?
Nothing.
Thankfully, I didn't hear that.
Well, good.
God.
Ignore it.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm glad this Charlie's War thing is working out for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is becoming a kind of Flatlanders deal.
Whittaker Chambers all over again.
It's just
Like, shoot us.
I mean, we're gonna soon. You're gonna bring in actors to be reading excerpts as your bumpers.
Where are you going for Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm telling you, it's a good book, bro.
Number 2 at Amazon. How's your book doing? You don't have a book, do you, Beanpole?
Bonjour, I'm David Gregory.
Well, I don't think an ad hominem attack is necessary. I've noted that you have something of an obsessive personality, and when you glom onto something,
It's an important message for the American people in the world. So,
I understand this.
you may want to be bopping around the White House there playing gotcha with our president, but I'm more interested in,
Seeing how we got where we are today.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you can't make it up. This stuff is so good. I mean,
I wish you were here.
I'm not, I don't mean to be, I'm not, carrying the bags for George Cloud, but I'm just telling you, it's great.
You really are.
I'm not going to go on about
Don't take my word for it. Just try it.
Don't you have something to
Great
report?
hot sauce, no preservatives, and all the other cancer-causing junk. You know what? Just try yourself. But I haven't heard any of this stuff, very often.
Don't you have a report this morning?
Anyway, when are we coming back from the break?
Okay.
No, seriously, you want to know what's going on? Do you care what's going on, or?
Yeah, so
Yes, I'm an American. A Concerned American citizen. Of course they care what's going on.
What my president is doing.
Charles, we've never heard him say something like, I don't care.
No.
Nobody cares.
Tell me about the Bush tax bill. It's not going to work.
Well, he signs that into law today, and you know he's leaving on Friday for Europe and the Middle East. You were talking with Andrea about the summit that's taking shape. You know, the sidelight to this, of course, is that he's going back to France for the first time.
Going to meet with Abadou Wakadou, whatever his name
That'll
is.
be fine. God, I mean,
he's going to France.
You know, this is the only time in my life where I feel like it's 10th grade all over again. It's a wonderful
spitballs at 10 paces.
Yeah, right. I mean, you know, because you have about, what, 75, 100 listeners? I mean, at least it's not a huge audience that's hearing this kind of banter because, you know. But, so he's going back to France for the first time and meeting with European officials at the G8 summit, and that ought to be interesting.
You realize more people hear you on this program than see you on the nightly news? Are you aware of that?
I'm trying to block that part out.
Well, okay.
No. I'm happy that's the case. It's terrific. I mean, we get to exchange interesting ideas and have a little fun.
So when's the president leaving? Friday, right?
Yeah, God, you know, I need some reading material for the book. Is there anything you can suggest?
How about Danny Goldberg's book?
No, I've heard you like that as well. I'm still trying. I'm reading Forever by Pete Hamill, and I'm such a slow reader. I mean, it's
800 pages.
It's taking me a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The guy's never going to die, so we got a long way to go. But it's a very good book.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Pete Hamill's Forever?
Yeah.
I couldn't get through it.
Oh, really?
It was taken forever.
Yeah, I just couldn't get through it.
Yeah. How about Bernie Goldberg's book?
You read that one, David?
No, I got the drift of it, though.
When's Ari leaving, by the way? Ari, or whatever it is.
Right, Ari in July. So.
Wonder who's going to take his place.
Any other books?
You want to do the sports scores now, or should we just? Unfortunately, the Dodgers lost last night.
Why don't you call the Today Show? Maybe it'll be a little more focused.
It's a kind of meandering.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. I hope everybody's well.
Yeah.
Just awful.
David Gregory, the White House correspondent for NBC News. A little Max, yeah. Here's Janice Dean with the scum deal.
Coming up, Blow Bunny Whitney Houston drops by Ariel Sharon's shack in Israel, a gay version of The Bachelor coming to a TV near you, and Julia Roberts out trolling for a new husband.
Well, that's an ugly situation.
That is unfortunate.
Anyway, here's Sid. What's coming up in sports, Sid?
NHL Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Western Conference Playoffs, baseball. Yankees break their streak, win yesterday, finally, shutting up the boss a little bit. No more streak comes to an end. And we've got boxing, too. We've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where were you just now?
I was actually out in the newsroom listening to David Gregory, who I thought was really, really funny today. And I was focused on listening to the program.
Why wouldn't you come sit in the studio and put your headphones on, which might be a better way to hear it?
You could even converse with him if you wanted to.
Because I lied about actually sitting in the newsroom.
Right.
So you weren't doing that, were you?
No, not at all. No.
So you're on the phone with someone?
Yes, yes. Well, I can't talk about it now.
Oh, you can talk about it, and you will talk about it. Who were you on the phone with?
Which creditor?
It's not a creditor. I was on the phone with, it's my shrink day again. So it's calling my shrink to confirm my 4:45 appointment today.
Your nose is growing.
No, it's a true story. I was on the phone with my shrink.
4:45?
4:45 p.m. this afternoon. We'll go see my...
How long are the sessions?
45 minutes. And, like you said last week, I sit there and...
What is that, you take a break?
So you lied to him?
I
go back?
No, I lied to him. Oh, yes, I lie about a lot of things. Yes, I do. And he says to me, please be honest with me. And I say, I will. And then I just lie.
Yeah. It's a panty-wearing bitch, a shrink. Just what do you have to be so upset about?
I've got some...
Get up and go to work and go work out. Be a man.
Thank you, Bernie.
Do you cry during those sessions?
Jesus.
Sometimes I've cried, yes.
A shrink.
Yes, right. Oh, Bernie, you should talk. You should go 2 or 3 times a day, psycho.
You nut job, a shrink.
It's keeping you in check.
What kind of sisters do we have inhabiting this earth here?
That is not an example of why we need help on this show. I don't know.
That is really disturbing, Sid.
You idiot. I don't think so. You idiot.
no, you just a dumbest bastard. I am talking to you.
You're a disgusting slugger, you stupid.
That's all we need to know, and I expect you to get an answer from this guy.
Believe in the boogeyman?
We know you comparison shop. You come to Travelocity, check out an airfare, and then run off to see if you can find a better deal. But it's okay. You'll be back. Because Travelocity consistently has the most low fares, making Travelocity the final destination of comparison shoppers everywhere. And right now...
Have you booked Scarborough yet?
We haven't finalized the arrangements, but it's looking like tomorrow morning. However...
Someone to Joe Scarborough, who's used to be a congressman out of Florida. So obviously somebody with stunningly low self-esteem.
Clearly.
But now does a talk show on MSNBC that is terrific. It's not important whether you agree with him or not. That's not the point.
It's fair and balanced.
They got a pretty good lineup. MSNBC does, don't they?
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact.
And we got Scarborough on, because I really do think he has the potential to say something that he'll have to then go on his own program, or others to apologize for.
Sure.
Here's Janice Dean with a scum report.
As part of a bizarre trip to Israel, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown have met Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Whitney says she's chosen to visit the war-torn country as a source of inspiration for her new Christmas album, and is basically a guest of a religious group, the Black Hebrews community.
I was here on a spiritual retreat, visiting my family in Dimona, my friends and family, the City of Peace, and that's why I'm here.
The Black Hebrews settled in the country in 1969 and believe they are descendants of the lost tribes of Israel.
Bunch of wackos from Chicago.
And she looks awful, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Skinny, just skin and bones, and shaking.
She wouldn't shake Ariel Sharon's hand either.
Well, the Israelis do not recognize the Black Hebrews as a legitimate group. Mm-hmm. They will not grant them citizenship, and they don't even talk to them. Right. So they moved there like 30-some years ago from Chicago, and they're like a bunch of lepers. Nobody even talks to these people.
Right.
Well, in the meantime, Whitney Houston is in Israel trying to write an album, and Greenfield can't even raise his kids Jewish. See the problem here? You see what I'm trying to explain to you for the last half hour?
Not really, no, but I figure it's worth pursuing because it's worth a column someplace.
You sound like a Jewish Ayatollah. Can't the guy do what he wants?
Crazy.
Well, no.
You're very intolerant.
No, it's not that I'm intolerant. It's just that I just...
But the kid's mother was one of us.
Goyim.
Yeah, but you know what?
They made a decision.
She has to understand. She has to understand that the Jewish people are the chosen people.
Right.
And therefore, that even if she believes that Jesus Christ is the Lord, being that he was bar mitzvah, by the way, he had the same band that I had from Lawrence, Long Island, you would think that she would understand that and let Greenfield... This kid's not even her kid. I think it's the first wife.
You're a good spokesman for the Jewish population.
Yeah.
Like O.J. Simpson is to the black population.
Yeah. You're making everybody proud.
But what does he say that for? I don't understand. I'm a good Jew. I mean, I go to temple.
You're a shirt-stealing Christmas tree Jew.
You're not a good human being.
Who idolizes Mike Tyson? What do you...
Do you guys have anything like confession? Do you guys go?
Yeah, we have Yom Kippur once a year. You have to go. That's why Jewish people are so guilty, because after Yom Kippur is over, you got to hold on to this guilt for another 350-something days. You guys can go any day you want. You can go out and have sex with a 9-year-old girl and go, "I'm sorry, Father, forgive me for I've sinned." He tells you to do 5 or 6 Hail Marys, and the next thing you know, you're okay, like Bernie.
Where is Hamas? Where is Hamas when you need him?
What the... Like, God almighty. Well, I mean, it's stunning how stupid you are. Really, it's stunning.
Is that the way the religion works?
Yeah, basically that's it.
Exactly it.
You're all right about that.
I'm back fast as I can, and I'm heading on down to the Holy Land, to the land. Going to Jerusalem, I'm going to sing at the hotel all night long. I'm going to pack my bags fast as I can, and I'm heading on down to the Holy Land. I'm in the morning.
Don't mind them.
All of the guests know how ridiculously stupid they sound, referring to you as the I-Man. Well, that's our point. Does anyone have any self-respect? No, I mean, that's exactly
Clearly not. That's proof.
I agree with you, Don.
I-Man.
JD.
Your story about the Navajo girl. It's a nice note, but it's not necessary. Because really, my wife and was a driving force behind that, not me. Because I'd keep the money if I could. I bought more watches. Well, maybe I wouldn't do that. But please welcome now to the IMUS614 program our very fine program director,
What?
What? A very fine program director.
What do you mean?
In fact, the premier program director in America, in my view.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, please welcome this sniveling little worm.
It's more like it.
It was even worse than Kevin Matheny.
There you go.
God, Al, how could you say something?
I apologize.
Thank you.
Kevin, not Mark Chernoff. So, by the way, on a very serious note, and my wife said this, was just marvelous.
He's phenomenal.
Fabulous during the radio talk. You really were. Now, well, were not for you, that thing would have been a mess because the way you were. I noticed you were very much more assertive this year than you have been in the past, and you kept things going. And after you finished with us, you went right over to Rockefeller Center and was there until. So you were great. You know?
That's nice of you. Thank you.
It's just too bad you insisted on taking 10 off the top. But,
Right. But why not for those enormous organizations?
But I think you deserve, you and Lee, I think deserve the 10% that you're taking from
that each of you took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's why we asked you to come in the studio. Sid is got this arena football thing this weekend, in which he has to go to Orlando
on Sunday. You better be back for Monday's show.
That's my point.
If he's not back, he's not going. There's no other.
He just said to me, it could be touch and go. He might have a problem.
Could be very difficult.
No, there'll be no problem because if there's a problem, you better stay here or charter your own plane back. No ifs, ands, or buts.
When is the game?
Or you're done.
The game is Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Game will be over about 6. So I should be able to catch like an 8 o'clock flight home. But
No. There's no should.
No.
There's no should in
no
this.
should.
There's no should.
That's easy.
what happens?
This is one and done.
One and done. So what happens?
You had your one already.
We already told you what happens.
The next one is done.
I'm not going to protect you on this either.
No way?
No.
What happens if I go out Saturday night in Orlando?
I might, but...
Well, what if I go out Saturday night in Orlando and I make the game, but I'm just too tired after being out all night Saturday night and doing the game Sunday afternoon to come here Monday?
Then I hope Chernoff fires you, because if he doesn't, I will.
Yeah.
What? That never happened to you before?
It's irrelevant.
You had your one and done. Wait
a second. The one and done that Tony's talking about was
what I
a
did.
snowstorm, a 30-inch snowstorm.
I paid a big price for what I did.
Sure did.
You did?
Yes.
Damn right.
What? I don't understand. What price did you pay?
With the Cleveland
I got
again.
fired.
Look at him.
Yeah, but look at you now. You're
because I got lucky.
You're the third wealthiest man in the country.
I got lucky. But and I straightened up a little bit.
So you're saying I'm not going to get lucky?
And I got married.
I'm married.
Yeah, but your wife doesn't have the same kind of impact on you that mine does on me. So.
Well, all I'm saying is I got to be realistic, treating both Iman and Tony as a friend, and tell you there is a chance I may not be here on Monday morning. There's a chance.
Well, then Chernoff's going to fire you.
No, that's easy enough. If he's not here Monday, he won't be here
fired.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
You won't be here any
Thursday,
day.
Friday, ever. Done.
Not only here, but here with energy and being not ever prepared, but you know what I'm saying.
Ready to go.
What are you laughing about?
Because it's so ridiculous, because you know that I'm not going to be here Monday anyway, and you know that on Tuesday I'll be right back here in the studio. You know that.
Oh, no.
You know that. You know it. And you don't want to say it because it's killing you, but that's going to be the case.
If you're not here Monday?
Minko will do Monday because I'm going to be too tired from my Saturday night out at Pleasure Island, Orlando, and I'll be back on Tuesday doing sports.
I'll be at the ranch.
Okay. Tony will be here. Mark will be here.
Okay.
The big boss.
I guarantee you, if I go to the ranch and get up out there at 3 o'clock in the morning like I do all summer,
right,
and you're not here, that's it.
Okay. I guarantee you elsewise.
Okay.
Okay. You're clearly
Mark
making a
has
big
already
mistake.
said he's fired in that.
Yeah, but he can go back on that.
No. Have I ever? Have I gone back on my word on anything I've said to you in 10 and a half years?
He's fired from this show, and is he fired from the midday show too?
Yeah. We'll have to see about that. But he's definitely fired from this show. Well, we'll see if he's back by 10 o'clock for that show.
Yeah, good point.
If he's back by 10 o'clock for that show,
let me just say this.
He will be fired from this show if he's not here to do this show at 6 a.m.
Let me say this.
Monday morning.
You can't take Sid away from me. What are you talking about? What are you, nuts?
I'm coming in Wednesday.
No, you are fired. If you're not here Monday, you're fired.
What happens if I show up Thursday at 7 a.m.? But ready to go. Sports, ready to go.
I run in Fat Boy. I bring Carlin in, I make him a star. It's not that hard to do.
It's that simple, that's it?
Look what we do with Breen. There's nothing there. And there's, everybody remembers Breen as being great. He was great about twice.
Well,
so
I'm just telling everybody
Three
out
or
there.
4 times he was great.
Breen will be visiting.
2 more times.
June 11th.
Quite a few times.
June 11th.
Then he got credit. Then when the guy went on a campaign but characterizing us as racist and homophobic and all that, Breen got hysterical and he wasn't funny again.
No.
Acted like the little bitch that he is.
Well, Mike's a good guy.
All right, we're going to be on the radio another hour. Y'all keep watching MSNBC. Anything could happen. Could be breaking news. And
any second.
Here comes Natalie, what's her name? Natalie Morales or Lester Holt, and the world's blown up. So keep it on MSNBC or listen to the radio somewhere.
IMUS in the morning.
MSNBC. Sid just came in the studio with some startling news, and that is that he's going to attempt to do what now?
I am going to spread Judaism throughout this place. I really want to thank Jeff Greenfield because of his actions yesterday. I now have a new appreciation for God, and I'm going back to temple, and I may even dress like Dove. I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to go to shul every Saturday morning.
Who would Dove be now?
Dove Kramer, who was the board op for the show with Mac and I, who was an Orthodox Jew.
He's a rabbi too, isn't he?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, he is. He went to rabbinical school.
Be careful with those guys, though. Those rabbis, they got blackjack tables downstairs at the temple.
I understand all that.
And what I want to do, if I can, is...
Do you believe, now, for example, so I'm a Christian. I was raised in a Congregational Baptist church.
But you are 10% Jewish, right?
But I believe, and here's what I believe. I believe there's more than one answer. I don't believe Christians have the only answer. I don't believe that if you... I don't believe that if you have to accept Jesus Christ as your personal Savior and all that in order to go to heaven. Now, there are some Christians who believe that. So there are some Christians who believe that if you don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God, you can't go to heaven. I think that's ridiculous. But let's ask me what I believe. Right. But I also think you folks have as equal answer, Muslims as anybody else.
Us folks.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
One answer.
What's that?
Jesus Christ, baby.
He's Jewish. He's Jewish.
And you guys killed him.
We didn't kill him.
Anyway.
Let me ask you this. What do I have to do if I re-accept religion now into my life and make it a priority?
Yeah.
Will that, get me to heaven?
Well, you have to change everything else you do in your life.
Like what?
Well, just everything. But you're just being a dishonest slug.
Like changing those stolen shirts you wear.
Yeah.
Start there.
Well, you got to take it slow. You can't answer too much early on. You know what I'm saying? If I start...
Well, for example...
Yeah.
We presented you with what for you was a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
In that I told you that last weekend one of my neighbors up in Connecticut handed me $5,000 in cash and said, "This is for the ranch."
Right.
Well, that's what I did.
Right.
But you wouldn't have done that. And you admitted that you wouldn't have done that.
I would have given $3,500 to the ranch.
You went to Judaism with a pervert Catholic priest as the Catholicism.
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate.
So until you would be willing, I think Charles will agree with me here. Well, until you'd be willing to turn over the entire $5,000, then this is just
perhaps this epiphany that he is experiencing right now has changed that. Would you then today, if presented with $5,000 for the IMUS Ranch for Children with Cancer, $5,000 cash, would you in fact now, after having gone through this experience, turn over the entire amount of money to the ranch?
No.
Well, there we go.
He's a good Jew.
What do you think of all these stars that are...
No, that doesn't make him a good Jew.
No. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Even though they aren't making, or as my friend Kinky Friedman says, they ain't making Jews like Jesus anymore. That's not what Kinky meant.
Well, so you can ask me this question a month from now as I start to go back to temple, and maybe I'll change. Maybe you'll see, I don't think so, to be quite frank, but I will try.
What kind of words?
Of course, I think. What's the rabbi's name of the priest and rabbi?
Mark Gelman.
I'm fairly confident he wouldn't turn over the entire $5,000 either. But
Hey, Mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. IMUS in the morning.
There's a place where a view of the sky.
Anyway, it's time for the world and national news here on the IMUS in the Morning program. And with that, I apologize. That's all right, Charles. All sponsored by the OLB.
Damn it.
The OLB 3D XL toothbrush from Gillette is my friend Charles McCord. Somebody sent me an America Online instant message correcting my pronunciation of Stolchanaya, the vodka I used to drink. So,
what is it? I don't know what it is. Stolichnaya?
I must tell Danny Goldberg, thank you for putting out the last 2 Warren Zevon records. No, I'll tell you, the guy, I told you the guy, I told you you'd love the guy.
Yeah, the real deal.
So, anyway. Here's Chuck with the news.
President Bush says the United States is not going to permit the Middle East peace effort to get sidelined. He is leaving today, or has departed, for the trip that will take him to Europe and the Middle East, include a summit with Israeli and Palestinian leaders. PLO leader Yasser Arafat not invited. Mr. Bush told reporters at the White House that Arafat had a chance to lead and didn't. And the president says he will not permit terrorists to stop work toward peace in the Middle East, but he adds, terrorist attacks by suicide bombers are still possible. He says the evil designs of a few people, though, will not be allowed to stop the peace process. Meanwhile, Palestinian and Israeli leaders are expressing cautious optimism following the talks between Prime Minister Sharon and Prime Minister Abbas. Met for 3 hours of discussions on the so-called roadmap last night. Sharon pledging to end the 2-week-old...
2 in a row!
Now you're brave. You're leaving for New Mexico at 10. Good.
Lots of luck. Good grief. Good luck on getting to the airport.
What was that noise?
Hey, Bo.
Who's still talking at that?
Bo.
What?
I just can't take it anymore.
Listen to me. All I gotta say is your top story yesterday.
Oh, God.
From Harvard.
Oh, God.
The hitchhikers you picked up need the pills from your car. Please go to the information station right away. To get back to the warning that I've received, you may take it with however many grains of salt you wish. That the brown acid that is circulating around us is not specifically too good. It's suggested that you do stay away from that. Of course, it's your own trip, so be my guest. But please be advised that there is a warning on that one, okay?
IMUS in the morning.
Ex-cop Ethan Truman.
Fact, she's gonna...
I think I might have a decision for you at around 3 a.m. this coming weekend.
Well, I'll be at the ranch. Just leave a message.
I will leave a message.
Yeah.
Might have your mouth full, but do your best.
Mouthful of what, Bernard?
We'll be fine.
Beer bottle.
All right, here weighing in now from Granbury, Texas, sponsored by a Tri-State Jeep dealer, is my brother Fred Imus. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, what's happening, dog?
How about Fred shave his head?
Doesn't do
We don't have that much time.
Come on, it's all done.
I don't have much hair.
Yeah.
Where would the bugs live?
What about you?
Shave your back.
What about your beard? Maybe take your beard off.
You need to chisel that beard off.
Doctors doing that.
What?
That's some really some really disgraceful, disgusting comments here coming in from our America Online Instant Message people. About what Janice could.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What are some of them?
From our cheerful, wonderful listeners out there?
Could you read some of them for us so we could hear them too?
No, we're just not going to.
Could you read one of them?
No, we can. They can.
They're all bad?
Could you pick out one that's just not too bad?
Okay, Janice Dean has slept with men for less than the cost of McNugget sauce.
Oh, my.
And yet won't shave her head. Please explain that, Janice.
How would that guy know?
Well, I don't know.
By the way, McNugget sauce is free.
Barbecue, sweet, sour, whatever you like. Yeah, you get it now?
I think I got you now. Hey.
Just in case another one.
Thanks for explaining it.
Oh, it's for Fred. I don't know.
Imus, you are disgustingly rude to Bo. Grow up, you bully. Oh, we're just kidding around with Bo.
Bo's mom.
Joke.
Hey, Imus, me and my mom were drinking in our trailer this morning while listening to you. She said she hadn't been this drunk since she was pregnant with me. Is that what happened to Sid?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Anyway, here is...
Could you read another one?
We don't have any more, Fred.
You've got to have one more.
We don't have... Well, we don't have one we can read. So.
Fred comes on for 5 minutes on a Friday, and he's just begging for you to waste about 4.5 of it.
Fred, do you have any material today?
Wait till you're done to see the emails come in.
Yeah.
Big race at Dover this weekend.
Okay. The NASCAR deal, right?
Yeah.
Trivia question for you here, Fred.
Okay.
Jimmy Johnson has a chance to win for the 3rd straight time this week. Who was the last driver to win 3 straight races?
Mark Martin?
No. One more guess. I'll give you a hint. This driver also co-hosted live with Kelly Ripa this week when Regis Philbin was out.
Jeff Gordon.
That's correct. Back in 1998, Gordon won 3 straight, so this could be the first time in 5 years.
Yeah, but I'm picking Mark Martin to win this, even though he hasn't done all that well this season, and you would think that he might have retired. But if he hasn't retired, I'm picking him to win here. He runs actually pretty good at Dover.
No.
Did you see any of that Mike Tyson interview last night, Fred?
No, I missed that.
Did you hear about it?
I didn't hear about it, and I didn't see it.
You know who Mike Tyson is?
I like that tattoo he's got on his face. I like that. I mean, whoever did that did a nice job.
Why don't you give fill Fred in, Sid?
Well, let me fill you in, Fred. I've got a couple of... Would you like to hear some of the cuts from Mike Tyson from last night?
Is it an interview that you did?
Don't ask Fred anything. Just play the cuts for him.
Well, here's good news. The good news is that obviously Mike Tyson...
It's going to take forever to get to
No,
this
here it is right now. Obviously, Mike Tyson and Don King have repaired their broken relationship. Here's Tyson last night on his new buddy, Don King.
Don King's a decent man, supposedly. He's a piece of
It's not good. There's some more Mike Tyson for you. Here's what he's left with now after the incident a couple years ago.
That's the stigma I'm left with. All that I've been in life. I've been a lot of things, but I'm going to be left with the stigma of being a rapist.
The heart music is just so fitting.
One more. Here's Tyson, whether or not he raped this girl. Here he is.
Did you rape her?
I ain't raped that slimy bitch.
Got a future in comedy.
Mad TV with Mike Tyson. Now you know why I always say there's not a more entertaining person in the history of sport than Mike Tyson.
Yes, he is entertaining. He is that.
Yeah.
Timing is great.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Anything else?
Of lies and deception from Saddam.
No chemical or biological weapons have been found in Iraq. Both Blair and President Bush repeated accusations before the war that the threat posed by such weapons warranted a war to disarm Saddam Hussein.
Hey, I need a muffin, Janice. Julie. She's only worked here 5 years.
Right.
I know her name. Got my new Oral-B 3D XL toothbrush to take with me to the ranch.
Excellent.
So,
very good. You'll be able to maintain your tooth.
Don't forget your teeth.
Shut up, Bernard, you balded stooge. Hate Bernard. So, actually, people like Danny Goldberg, which is from the American Online Instant Messages are primarily from the television audience, and you know, we're a bunch of goobers in trailers, and not in trailers are all essentially a bunch of right-wing whack jobs, which is essentially what we are.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm a little less so, but not much. But he really is he's a remarkable guy.
Very impressive man. Period.
And it's just a fabulous book, and he's a great spokesman for it. And I told him, and Charles and I both told him, I said, you know, he's got down how to present it. He's got his rap down. And
well, I think it's just him.
It is him,
just him. He's just a very honest, straightforward guy.
Even a couple of points I was trying to make, stumbling around and stuff, he then picked the ball up, and he was able to articulate
very smoothly,
the thoughts that I was
struggling with.
Yeah.
What Charles has been doing for
50 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But IMUS, what are you doing running ads for a French vodka? Aren't you a recovering alcoholic? Yes, I am.
You're right.
But it doesn't mean that I don't think people should drink. People should do what they want to do.
Sure. They can drink successfully.
People can drink responsibly and successfully. Just because I can't doesn't mean I don't think they shouldn't.
Come on, wake up.
Also, a few instant messages like Nachman. So
now I can have a drink tonight. Thank God.
Well, I've demonstrated. I mean, I stopped drinking July 17th, 1987. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
And I have certainly demonstrated that I can go without a drink.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously I could now have one occasionally. Wouldn't you think?
I don't see how it could hurt a thing.
That's the tack that I've taken.
Sure.
Because I also went to rehab, and I gave up booze for a little while.
Sure.
But I've learned that every now and then,
moderation.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you may miss a day of work every once in a while, but
I think the I-Man could be right there.
Yeah.
Something to talk about.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
Janice has the Scum report. What's going on, Janice? Or Scum preview.
Right. Liza Minnelli and David Guest, more stuff on them. Paul McCartney dedicates a song to his pregnant Stumpy. And Jesus was a gay man.
Sid?
I have NBA playoffs. Really nothing in comparison to Jesus is a gay man.
Yeah.
San Antonio wins last night. They'll take on the New Jersey Nets in the NBA Finals. The Devils go up 2-0. We've got boxing comments from Mike Tyson, and of course baseball. And be careful when you go to a baseball game, because you never know who's watching.
I'll tell you another idea. If you're not into reading Danny Goldberg's Dispatches from the Culture Wars,
right,
and if you're not into reading Charlie Wilson's War,
what are you into reading then?
how about Mad Dog's, what's it called?
100 Greatest Sports Arguments.
Yeah. Follow the Grey Goose and a Mad Dog's book. By the way, Grey Goose 100% American owned and operated.
The Mad Dog 100, the greatest sports arguments of all time, is a terrific book.
It's great.
Just full of stuff to sit around, guys, and drink some Coors Light.
Sure, get in a fight.
Right, get in face.
Get jiggy with the twins.
Get in a fist fight.
And
your best friend.
paint your body and read Mad Dog's book. Great, great Father's Day gift.
That is.
You could get your dad 3 books, unless he's a moron.
Yeah.
You could get him Danny's book.
Right.
Get Charlie Wilson's War.
There you go.
And get Mad Dog's book. Or just get Mad Dog's book.
Or you can get him Marilyn Chambers Behind the Green Door,
Yeah.
which I think he'd like more than all 3 of those put together, to be quite frank.
Would actually make your dad happy.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
Probably already has it.
Read while you watch.
Oh, that was the movie.
That was the one that started it all.
It was.
That was the...
I thought the Deep Throat one.
Well, Deep Throat did, Linda Lovelace. But when they talk about the one that... Because, you know, the brothers out there in San Francisco...
The one that really refined the genre.
Thank you.
God.
The Ivory Snow Girl.
Founding Fathers.
That's right. Marilyn Chambers.
I think Mad Dog is going to be on CNBC for something.
9:15 this morning, promoting his book.
We need to, anyway we can simulcast that?
That's like Mike Tyson going to the opera. Chris Russo on CNBC.
Huh?
What is he going to talk about?
The book.
Outside of his book.
Well, anyway we can simulcast it.
I'll defer to the engineer.
Huh?
Yeah, we can put it. Sure.
The engineer says, yes, we can.
Okay.
I won't do that.
What are you doing?
I'm eating my muffin.
Oh.
What are those numbers going down on the bottom of the screen? Are those, is that the rank of my book? 3 3/4. Is that where my number is on Amazon? What are those 5 guys doing on top of that balcony? Are they about to ring something? One of them looks a little bald.
What else going on, Chuck?
Well, this is a terrible story about the Lacey Peterson thing, man, is getting a lot of play this morning. A spokeswoman for Ms. Peterson's mother is ripping this sensational release of partial autopsy results of Lacey Peterson and her unborn son. Kim Peterson was on the NBC Today Show program.
Those documents were sealed by the judge, and the district attorney's office at the appropriate time would have sat down with the family before it was released to the nation. It was incredibly insensitive, incredibly irresponsible of whoever leaked this information.
Referring to...
we can't get those kinds of guests.
What?
You never get me any of those guests at Today Show guests.
Who do you want, Chief? Lacey Peterson's mother?
No, I guess not, no.
Who cares about this story anyway? Why is it of any significance?
It's a big...
Well, why?
It's getting a lot of play because it is the Lacey Peterson case. I mean, it's and nothing beyond that.
We still haven't found the weapons
It's
of
just
mass destruction.
entertainment for these morons out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you're right.
Like a soap opera.
Yeah, you're
Means
right.
nothing. There's a bunch of pregnant black ladies getting killed in the Bronx every day. Nobody gives a rat's
It is,
butt.
but it's big. It's
Be a reality show sometimes.
It's idiot fodder. for the masses.
tabloid fodder.
Like
for the
American
masses.
Idol. That's what it is.
No, you're right. You're right. I can't argue with that. Lacey and her unborn son were found dead on the shores of San Francisco Bay.
I like American Idol.
Yeah, I did too. Reuben? She went missing last Christmas Eve. Her husband Scott faces trial for double murder in the deaths. Peterson said the family should have been informed about the autopsy results privately as opposed to hearing it like they did yesterday when it was first broken, in fact, by MSNBC.
Once again, it was off.
What are you doing?
Good Lord.
I'll eat my muffin.
Well,
there's Mad Dog popping up. Come on, hurry up. Come on.
Where is he?
He's on CNBC.
Okay, hang on. I gotta...
Oh, come on.
Can I have a piece of that muffin?
No.
I don't have it.
Oh, man.
No, they gotta switch the TV in the newsroom.
He earned the nickname Mad Dog for his co-host of WFAN's Mike and the Mad Dog show since September 1989.
They have to switch the TV in the newsroom?
Oh, come on here. You got, man.
Well, we can do that, can't
Let's go to Bo Dietl so we get this. Good morning, Bo. Where's Bo? Bo's on line 5.
Bo hung up when he thought we were going to Russo.
Oh.
Dope. Oh, well, this is I mean, why can't we get that? I thought you told me you could get this.
Because the TV is not switching the newsroom. We're waiting.
Well, who's supposed to switch it?
Has anybody noticed to switch it?
Oh, of course not. I mean, this is just absurd.
Well, but we can just stick our head out the door and say, switch a TV.
16 after the hour here in the IMUS614 program.
I got Russo.
All right, here we go.
Never lost a game. So I put him 1.
Wow. I didn't know that.
24. And I put Jordan 3.
Best football running back.
You know, I put Jim Brown, 5.2 a carry in his career. You know, obviously just, you know, the power, the speed. He was so much bigger and stronger than anybody else. You had to put Brown 1. He had all those great rushing yards and just, what, a 9-year career.
Averaged over 100. Averaged more than 1 touchdown a game.
Yeah, greatest running back.
And he did it in the mud, the rain, the snow, and everything else.
And a great lacrosse player.
Yeah,
I put Peyton 2. I put Barry Sanders 3. A lot of people were mad I didn't put Dickerson in the top 10, but I can't get the 85 championship game in my head when Dickerson and the Rams fumbled the ball all over the place, and the Bears, of course, won again.
Now, you talk about one of the chapters. This is really a great book, by the way. Yeah, one of the chapters, how I would fix golf. How would you fix baseball? Can we speed this game up at all?
I mean,
do you believe the way these guys, between every pitch, step out of the readjust, they haven't moved, and they've got to readjust their gloves?
I totally agree with you. I mean, the first thing you can do is not allow the batters to move out of the batter's box. You can't move out of the batter's box. The guy can pitch, and there's a strike. There's a lot of problems with baseball. Obviously, salary cap is an issue. How about a Sunday doubleheader? Every team in the league has got to play one Sunday doubleheader a year. None of this day-night stuff where people walk in and then they got to come back in. How about a Sunday doubleheader? 2 games, price of 1. Yankees, Red Sox on Sunday, Mets, Braves on a Sunday, Dodgers, Giants on a Sunday. A little something like that would be good. And remember, you know how many teams are off on Memorial Day this year?
I know.
And Memorial Day, half the league is off. It's Memorial Day.
I'll tell you something, they're killing themselves, because if you look at the statistics for Little League baseball participation, that is not a good picture. Okay?
I'm sure
and this is one of the reasons.
Sickening.
The sport is boring and slow.
Very different.
Joe wants in.
Yeah, I had a quick one. You went by the golf thing pretty fast there, man. Who's better? Is Tiger at his peak better than Jack was at his peak?
Well, that's a good argument. I do a fantasy thing in there, Joe, where I put Tiger against Ben Hogan because I thought that Tiger and Nicklaus were sort of too close as far as the eras are concerned. Here's the issue I'd have with Tiger. Nicklaus, when he won all these championships and his majors, he beat Gary Player, Watson, Palmer, and these are, you know, Trevino. These are all Hall of Famers. I don't know if there is a Hall of Famer that Tiger is beating in this era. Ernie Els is close, but he's a Hall of Fame golfer. You know, Gary Player was, Watson was, Palmer was, Trevino was.
Yeah, but
does Tiger have one yet?
But you know, Tiger's so much better than everyone else. It's hard to tell if anyone else is.
That's that would be the Tiger argument. He's so much better that there might be some Hall of Famers, but next to Tiger, they can't win the major championships. That's the argument.
You don't talk about Rose in the Hall of Fame, do you?
I do. He should be in there. Pete should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, let me ask you about coaching, because it's almost at the point now in professional sports in every league that the turnover, 3 years is almost a long-term deal in terms of actually signing a contract and being with a team. Is this good or is this bad, the amount of constant turnover of coaching in professional sports?
Well, in football, the coach has the most power because in football, there's no guaranteed contracts. So he can cut somebody just to make a point, where in basketball, he can't do that. I mean, how's the new coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers going to cut LeBron James? Yeah. He just got $90 million tonight. He can't do it, so he's in a tough spot. But in football, they have some power that they don't have in the other sports.
Well,
in the other sports, the Phil Jacksons...
He's not doing what we want him to do, and that is make a fool of himself. So that's the reason.
No, sounds kind of reasonable and everything.
Yeah, that was the reason we were listening.
Right. Was that fat guy affecting his speech impediment to make Russo feel comfortable?
I don't know.
No, but see, that's the thing with Dog. He does have the credibility. If he wants to really talk serious sports, he can do it.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff. He's very, very good.
He looks good.
He's,
sounds intelligent. Very disappointing.
He looks a little bit like Michael Imperioli a little bit, actually. You know, like Christopher.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. Yeah. He didn't just make a complete ass of himself.
Well, like saliva dribbling down his chin.
Raise right in frittata, whatever.
Every dog has his day.
Not good. Not good.
playing all your favorites, but right now I have a pair of free tickets to tonight's big concert.
Too much? What's up with you?
Yo, man, you stealing my line. What up, dog? What's up with that, bro?
It's not your line.
Yo, man, I schooled you on that, dog. What you talking about, B?
I'm going to jack up your monkey ass here in a minute.
Man, I'll go down there and be on you like Mike Tyson at a beauty pageant. Hey, yo, man, I need a favor. Seriously, bro.
Okay, all right.
I want some tickets for the Nets, bro. What's up, bro? I know you can hook me up, man.
Want some tickets for what?
For the Nets, bro. The NBA Finals, man. Aren't you up on this stuff, bro?
No, it's on TV.
Oh, come on, man. I could take Janet, bro. Can you imagine that, bro?
No, you're not
Puerto Rican and a white girl, bro?
What's your wife going to say?
What wife? Which one?
Specificity. Aren't you married?
I'm a single man, dog.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm divorced twice, kid.
Really?
Word, man. That's up, right?
Yeah.
I ain't getting no action, man. You know, I need the helmet buff or something, man. Help me out here.
Sure, well, I'm sure that's appealing to Janice. She's not realize she's swept right off her feet.
Yeah, actually, I'm a gentleman, man. I make $45,000 a year, and I drive a Chevy, bro. Come on, bro. Hook a brother up, B.
You really are a moron.
Come on, bro.
Pick me up at 8.
At 8? Oh, I'll 8 you, all right. I mean,
No.
excuse me.
No.
Oh, come on here. Now, see, that's just...
Actually, I would really be comfortable.
You're just a crude pig. Get off my phone.
You would open her 40 ounce for her, wouldn't you?
Here on line 3 is Henry from Summit, New Jersey. Good morning, Henry.
Morning.
What's up, baby?
Not too much. How you doing?
Well, I'm all right. Why?
Well, I just wondering if you're getting rid of any more of those Caroline Kennedy books.
Go to the bookstore and buy one and get off my phone. Here on line 4 is Peter from Connecticut. Good morning, Peter.
Hi, Imus. How you doing?
What's up?
I got a good idea. I'll drive your Humvee out there, and I'll stop by all the Humvee dealers and get the check.
You know, I had several people offer to drive this Humvee we got from the McGregor Auto Group out to the ranch, and it occurred to me, why would I want to do that? Put 2,000 miles on it.
Well, unnecessarily so.
Yeah. Or 2,500 miles on whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to ship, well, thanks to Mike Ostro at Friendly Motors, we're going to ship it out there.
Let me drive it out.
You're not driving anything out there. Get off my phone. 29 after the hour. Here's Janice with a Discovery Report. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, Liza Minnelli and David Guest. Now that's true love. David recently announced cheerfully that anyone who tried to hurt his Liza, he would kill them. Mr. Guest also said, I cannot get to sleep each night unless I am lying on her left breast. He went on to reassure that, quote, I still love her right breast, but her left breast is home and the comfort zone.
More nauseating than Rob shaving his back this year.
Lord. Oh, God.
New York Times faker Jason Blair has inspired a bar crawl in Manhattan. The New York Post reports media junkies have made a game out of circulating around some of Blair's favorite Big Apple watering holes, including one bar where he reportedly filed a story on freed POW Jessica Lynch while claiming he was really in West Virginia. Sign me up. And Jesus was gay, and so were at least 3 of his 12 disciples, according to an Australian academic. Dr. Roland McCleary said Jesus' astrological chart, clues in the scriptures, and biblical translations all played a part in his conclusions. Dr. McCleary said the planet Uranus figured prominently in Jesus' astrological chart.
That's not
It's
funny.
written here. This is what you can't make this up.
Get out of the temple or I'll scratch your eyes out. No, the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange.
Hey, by the bell.
Sponsored by the Oral-B 3D XL toothbrush from Gillette. Here's Sid with sports.
Got to be careful, man, at a baseball stadium. You never know what's going on. Let me give you this story.
Right.
A man went to a Cincinnati Reds baseball game.
Sure.
All right, he was in violation of his parole. Turned out that he did serve 4 years in prison because he stabbed somebody. He stabbed 2 men, actually. He was granted his release, but then he got arrested again last March 27th for trafficking cocaine. And he had been on the lam. So he went to a Reds baseball game. He's sitting there in the front row. They got the Kiss Cam camera at every stadium, which once in a while during the game, they'll go to different people kissing inside the stadium. So he's kissing his girlfriend. He thinks it's a great deal. He has no idea that at the same night with 30,000 people there, coincidentally, his parole officer's at the same game. So moments later, the parole officer and a policeman walk down to where this guy is sitting in the front row and arrest him. Now he is facing an 18-year jail sentence.
Huh?
Is that great?
I don't know.
Now, that's baseball. Forget about the rest of this stuff. Doubleheaders on Sundays, whatever else Dog was talking about. That's baseball. Also last night, by the way, San Antonio beat the Dallas Mavericks in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, San Antonio outscored Dallas 34-9 in the fourth quarter. Dallas blew a double-digit lead in that one. So San Antonio will take on the New Jersey Nets in the NBA Finals. The action starts from Texas on Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Last night, the New Jersey Devils shut out the Anaheim Mighty Ducks 3-0. have now outscored Anaheim 6-0 after the first 2 games of the Stanley Cup. The series now moves to California with the Devils on top of Anaheim 2-0. The Devils, by the way, have never blown a 2-0 lead in any of their playoff series, so odds don't look very good for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Now, I realize I'm wearing you out with this country music album I'm putting together. Of all my favorite country music records, these would be the original records. So far, I have down to now 48 selections.
Yes.
Of which I've even eliminated a couple based on that. And occasionally I'll let Charles vote on whether one should be included or not.
Very well.
So here's my latest. Tell me if you think this should be on.
I see the bay and moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times of day. Well, don't go around the night, but it's bound to take your life. There's a family on the right. I hear hurricanes are blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I feel rivers overflowing. I hear the voice of rage and roaring. Well, don't go around the night, but it's bound to take your life. There's a family on the right.
I don't have a strong feeling either way, man.
Huh?
That's going to have to be. That's got to be the man's call. If it's included, it's fine. If it's not, it's not going to disturb me.
Cube cut 3, Lou. Well, it's not good.
Well, I just don't have a film. I just don't have a powerful. I mean, I love the tune, but I don't know if it really belongs in a country collection. I can't.
What?
I can't make up my mind. I said I don't have a good.
How about this one?
All right. This has got to be on the freaking album.
Oh, this.
I can't sleep away anymore. Ever since you first walked out the door, and I just started drinking to forget. But I don't think the worst has happened yet. All you ever do is bring me down, making me a fool all over town. They all wonder why I work around. That's 'cause, honey, all you do is bring me down.
That's going to be, cut one side.
Gotta be.
Yeah. So.
Come on.
25 silly hour here in the IMUS Morning Program. On line 1 is Andy. What's up, Andy?
Hey, Imus, how are you?
Fine, baby. What do you need?
I just want to know if Janice wants to meet me at Uncle Jack's from Apple Martinis. I'm the guy that runs the place.
Oh, you are?
I've heard that before.
Have you met Andy, Janice?
Yes, I have. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Janice.
Be nice to me.
I'm always nice to you.
Andy, you're not married or anything, are you?
Yes, I am. That's
Yes,
why it's
wait,
perfect.
you didn't tell me that the last time I was there.
No, I'm divorced. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm not married. I have 2 kids, though.
So you're not married?
No, but I have 2 kids, 23 and 21.
But the kids don't live with you.
No, they don't.
Okay. Are you fat, Andy?
And I was there 2 weeks ago delivering sandwiches. You met me. I was there with the 2 bags of steak sandwiches.
No, I don't think I met you. I met you, though, Andy.
No, I didn't know. I
You
wouldn't.
met me.
He doesn't remember yesterday. Yeah. Well, you're a handsome guy. I met you. You're put together nice. You're a good-looking kid.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, don't get nuts.
What did you think, Janice?
I thought Andy was very attractive after 6 or 7 of those apple martinis.
Well, of course.
Do you run Uncle Jack's or do you own it?
No, I'm the director of operations. I don't own it.
He does a very good job, actually.
What is it, Uncle Jack's Tube Steakhouse? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, what is going on
It's supposed to
here?
be a nice family restaurant.
Yeah.
It is, except for Thursday nights.
What happens on Thursday night?
Stripper night. Singles ladies night.
Well, I'm confident Janice, I guess, will be there this weekend, right, Janice?
Should be there.
Whatever you do,
Should be there next Thursday.
whatever you do, Andy, wear a bag. Trust
All
me.
right. Over my head.
You really are just a...
If Jesus came to your house I wonder what you'd do. IMUS in the morning.
3 successive... My underwear was wet. New York Times, Schadenfreude, to put a finer point on it. Yes, sir, the malicious satisfaction and the misfortune of others. I don't know what it is about us humans that produces that pleasant inner glow when we see another of our species writhing in abject, horrific agony, especially of the vocational livelihood variety. You know the kind that has Howell Raines doubled over right now, wishing that it was only a kidney stone the size of a soccer ball causing his current distress. There's no denying the Schadenfreude reflex. I'm okay, you're not, I'm glad. Some moments of Schadenfreude are a little more satisfying than others. This little rough patch Mr. Raines' newspaper has hit is a good example. Just what the doctor ordered for when you're feeling a little blue. Howell's the Times executive Führer fellow. Nothing better than when uppity, self-righteous, overbearing organization that views itself as arbiter of everything gets revealed as what the great unwashed out here have pretty much figured for, the past 152 years. Unreliable, misleading dispenser of addle-brained, naive, laissez-faire bullshit. How's that? I can't say bullshit? Oh, I bet not if the Times had some input in the matter. That'd be just the kind of cause I suspect they'd get behind. My civil right to express myself by saying bullshit, why, when, and where I want. Yes, sir, bullshit, the Second Amendment, and the transgressions of conservative thought pretty much describe the pillars on which the Times has constructed its sucker's empire. So, of course, they find themselves in the reputation-salvaging business now, desperately trying to explain away reporters Jason Blair, Rick Bragg's Harry Potter brand of journalism. It was just a matter of time. Oh, and columnist Maureen Dowd's convenient usage of a partial, very partial, George Bush quote. After all, Mo, Howell, Jason, Rick, and all, what's context and accuracy when there's a worldview to promote, eh? The New York Times. All the news that fits the agenda. That, of course, and did I mention bullshit?
Working in the coal mine, going down, about to slip down. Well, that's all, boys and girls. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Lord, I'm so tired. IMUS in the morning.
At Payless, we know shoes.
Nick, Henry, and Paul made me feel comfortable. The personal attention of the sales staff, a terrific service department, and thorough follow-up earned my business. Burrow has the right deals on a full selection of new and used Jeep or Chrysler vehicles, but what keeps me going back to Burrow is the personal service. Go to www.burrow.com or stop by Burrow, 168 Hamburg Turnpike in Wayne, New Jersey.
I have a system for finding the right real estate.
Until the hour here in the IMUS Morning Program on the radio, on MSNBC. Sid Rosenberg's here with sports.
All right, the big story, of course, was Mike Tyson last night with Greta Van Susteren on the Pulse on Fox. And
that was the big story?
I think so. I know the Spurs won, and I know the Devils won, but Mike Tyson is still the man when it comes to the news with sports. So I have a couple of cuts for you. Let's start with this one. Here, Mike talks about how he really has come around, and I think maybe he even likes Desiree Washington at this point.
This is a lying, reptilian, monstrous young lady. I hate her guts.
Reptilian? Reptilian.
Yeah.
At least he was trying to use the word reptilian. I think that's admirable.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Very good point.
Mike moves on here and talks about how maybe he realizes he did something wrong.
Did you rape her? I ain't raped that slimy bit.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not.
I didn't rape that slimy bit.
Right. But Mike...
I've said that before.
I know you have. Mike realizes that he's got a couple of problems.
Because she's a sick, money-hungry... She's really a bad person. Now, I know you may not want to hear this when we're talking the case. I'm up. You know what I mean? I got issues. Because of dealing with this for 3.5 years, I got some issues.
No more, please.
Yeah. Wonder what he thinks of Danny Goldberg's book.
You're not done yet. Mike says...
Here's another positive aspect of that. He understands. He's already learned the language of shrinks, And he understands that, in fact, he has issues.
I think that shows growth in Mr. Tyson.
Part of like alcoholism. Part of the problem is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah.
Well, you'll even like this cut then because it's obvious he realizes he did wrong and he'd like to change it.
Now I really do want to rape her and her mama.
Oh, man.
Well, that's positive.
I don't think he's a candidate for any NAACP Image Awards this year.
I don't think so.
Now he feels that, he is able to determine that there's a certain justification.
I don't think you can look at that as positive. No.
Well, I think Mike does realize also now that people look at him differently, and maybe he's not such a bad guy.
That's the stigma I'm left with. All that I've been in life, I've been a lot of things, but I'm going to be left with the stigma of being a rapist.
I can't hear that enough. But let bygones be bygones because obviously now Mike Tyson and Don King are on good terms.
Don King's a decent man, supposedly. He's a piece of
Well, let's see what
Maybe
we can get.
Does he want to rape him, too?
Can we get out of that?
Yeah. Well, that's Mike Tyson for you. He can read people well, that's all.
There you go.
I mean,
That's a funny brother.
It's the analytical.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, actually.
I've been saying it for years. I stand by it. You'll find nobody better in all of sports, maybe in the history of sport, than Mike Tyson.
Very religious. Oh, it's Chris Rock. I've been looking over my shoulder. This is a new up-and-coming comedian here.
I'll talk to you all from the ranch.
Sunday.
Back with you on the fan, 718-937-6666. Our telephone number. Let's go to Howard in the car. Howard, you're on the fan. And Adrian Wojnarowski for joining us. Dog is coming up next, and then the Braves and the Mets start at 12:40. And don't forget, Dog will be at Bookends in Ridgewood. I'm going to try to pop by if the lines aren't too long, even though I do already have an autographed copy of Mad Dog 100. Grammatical errors included. All right. That's it for us. We'll catch you tomorrow at 11 o'clock, 11 to 3 tomorrow before Mets baseball, which plays tomorrow night.
This June, your exclusive home for the Belmont Stakes, plus tickets to and play-by-play of all the Mets-Yankees Subway Series games, is your flagship station for IMUS in the morning and New York sports all day. The Fan, Sport Radio 66, WFAN, New York, an Infinity broadcasting station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Tina Servasio.
The right-handed eagle.
And 1 out of every 4 New York City kids is at risk of going hungry. Support City Harvest, Feed the Kids 2003. To donate, call 1-800-77-HARVEST or visit cityharvest.org. It's currently 67 degrees and mostly sunny in Central Park. That's what's happening. This is Tina Servasio with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for the IMUS in the Morning program, weekdays 5:30 until 10.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Nice to have you aboard on a Saturday morning in New York. As we talk about the world of sports, our good buddies are Matt Deutsch and Dave Bonzel across the way. Christopher Russo takes you to 12:40 before Mets Braves Game 2. 3 games set at Shea. 718-937-6666. That's your two-way sports talk telephone number as we get you going here for your sports weekend, and a quiet sports weekend because Dave Stern decides to wait until basically after July 4th to start the NBA Finals. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Ducks and... Sports Radio 66, it sounds like Larry Brown is definitely going to go to Detroit. Announcement on Monday. I'm Pete in the car phone. Peter.
Hey, dog. How you doing?
Hello, Pete.
I just had to call in. I just heard about Larry Brown. You just saying about Larry Brown signing with Detroit. Has this guy been around enough times? I mean, how many teams has he been on?
Clippers, Nets, Spurs, Sixers.
I mean, he's worked out on more teams than anybody else I can ever think of. I mean, and nobody kills him for it. I mean...
Well, he was in Philly for 6 years this time, so you're right. When he left the Nets to go to Kansas, that was terrible. But Kansas. This time, he was with Philly for 6 years. A long time. I'm surprised he's going to Detroit. I really am. Noontime. More to do after Axe Update on top. Sports Radio 66.
your exclusive home for the Belmont Stakes, plus tickets to and play-by-play of all the Mets-Yankees Subway Series games, is your flagship station for IMUS in the morning and New York sports all day. The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York, an Infinity broadcasting station. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon at 12 noon. This is Rich Ackerman.
Jack McCallum of Sports Illustrated. A few things there. Mets and Braves are forthcoming. Jared, a great job today. Dave Bonzella, of course, Matt Deutsch. We will see you Monday at 1 o'clock here back in the station. Don't forget book signings today. If you're interested, Ridgewood, New Jersey book ends in a little while. Tomorrow at the New Canaan Public Library at 5 o'clock. That's in conjunction with the Elm Street Books. Good to have you with us. Nice to have you aboard. Alan Shamble today, thank you. We'll see you Monday. Adios.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
For the park and greet the Mets. Hot dog, green grass, all out of day. Guaranteed to have a heck of a day.
Welcome to Chase Mets Extra, brought to you by Chase, the leading bank for business. Chase, the right relationship is everything. Chase Mets Extra also brought to you by your Tri-State Chrysler dealers. Chrysler, drive and love. By Nikon. Vonage, the broadband phone company, www.vonage.com.
He's a left-handed bat. Even Michael Kay said it.
Well, good for Michael Kay. What about Mondesi, Jerome? You were screaming for him to be out of town.
He will be
forever.
out of town.
Yeah, he will be. But you know what? He's been probably the most consistent and best Yankee all year.
You have the bases loaded. You're headed to the outfield.
I can't. For a month, he wanted Juan Rivera in the major leagues. A month. One time the guy messes up at the plate. I want him traded. I can't.
The brave statesman, from time to time it falls to me to address matters affecting the future of my party. At the moment, this organization is in disarray, searching for a message and fielding a slate of presidential candidates who couldn't get into the Oval Office with the jaws of life and an engraved invitation. We have no figure of gravitas and no ideas. It does nothing to relieve our condition, then, when one of our premier notables chooses to retain Democratic Party membership but reject Democratic Party principles. Front page, New York Times. After years of being vilified by the right, Hillary Clinton is facing mounting criticism from the left. And why? For abandoning our party's liberal base in a bald-faced attempt to win broader political appeal. May I say, thanks a lot, Fat Ankle True. Those expressing disappointment, gay rights advocates, anti-war organizers, even advocates for children and the poor, as Mrs. Clinton appears to take for granted her liberal allies. Well, Senator, you do so at your peril. Clinton's drift from the fundamentals that made our party what it is, a rainbow assemblage of cheese-eating, naive, doctrinaire do-gooders, has become a premeditated, pell-mell rush to try to out-George Bush. Forget her duplicitous positions on issues such as welfare, her compliance with President Bush's invasion of Iraq. I fear that for reasons of pure political expediency, this crazy broad is about 15 minutes from beating up panhandlers, hanging out with Ward Burton, picking her teeth and spitting on the floor while passing gas and saying, you know what, Phyllis Schlafly is right. So I say today, let us rein in Hillary Clinton before she delivers the commencement address at Bob Jones University. Ask not whether the New York senator from Arkansas is a transparent fraud. Ask rather whether I can get the bitch in the car with me before it's too late. The preceding emergency message paid for by William Jefferson Clinton, 42nd President of the United States.
23 after the hour here on the IMUS Morning program, and another senator, Pete Domenici, coming up in just a minute. Janice Steen's here with a scum report. Do you think you're worse in terms of hanging out in these bars than Christy Musumeci was?
Well, I'm trying to follow her lead, actually, because she met her husband in a bar,
yeah.
right? And I think she was really drunk.
Well, it must be pointed out she had only gone in, ostensibly, to see if she could find a restroom. She wasn't there just,
That's
falling over in her drink at the bar.
And this guy she's going to marry.
She got married.
Got married Saturday night.
Wow.
Did you go to the wedding, Bernie?
Negative.
Lou?
No.
Janice?
No.
I think Chernoff went. There's a party animal right
We
there.
should have a report,
I got
maybe.
you one at the reception.
Chicken dance. Any more food at the buffet?
What's going on in the world of scum, Janice?
Oh, we were talking about Bill Clinton.
What did you get? Give me one of those.
Exclusively in the Inquirer, Bill Clinton.
What did Chrissy wear? It certainly wasn't white.
No offense.
Oh, no offense.
You can still wear white even if you know,
What?
done the horizontal mambo.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you think about it, every bride wears white that I've ever gone to weddings, and I don't know a virgin out there. I mean, I don't know one. I can't tell you one. Past the age of 12, I can't tell you one.
Yeah.
That's a little extreme, Sid.
All right, 13.
Maybe Janet.
Moving right along into the scum report, by the way, brought to you by the Oral-B 3D XL Power Toothbrush.
I guess my point was, Janice, it doesn't appear that you're having any success as...
No, I'm having no success whatsoever.
Yeah,
I've
you're
pretty much
certainly
given up.
as attractive as Christy, so
Oh, that's...
that shouldn't be a problem.
No.
I don't know what the problem is. Maybe I need to venture out instead of getting drunk in my living room.
By yourself, yeah, that would, because it's going to be tough to meet anybody there unless you get in the chat room.
Well, I'm afraid to go to Uncle Jack's now because, they've got my picture up on the wall.
Why don't you go to Jack LaLanne's instead of Uncle Jack's Steakhouse?
Shut up, Bernard.
Step in the right direction.
Why does you have to introduce that ugliness in this thing?
I want to help her.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
Imagine if he didn't like it.
Blood everywhere.
Come on, give me some scum here.
All right, Bill Clinton has been caught on tape cheating on Hillary again in a steamy sex romp in a truck.
What?
A videotape apparently exists. This is according to the Inquirer. Videotape exists of Billy and his Willie with another woman. Hillary's political opponents are apparently hot after the tape and plan to play it for the American public, driving poor Hill out of politics.
Well, when did this happen?
When he was governor of Arkansas.
Oh, okay, so it's not a recent experience.
No, but it's
Pick up.
some-
This would probably be a limo now, wouldn't it?
some chick in a truck.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
With his chick, that
I'm sure you have, Janice.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Here's Sid with a little sports stuff, Sid.
I wanted to thank you, of course. Since I've started on this show, you really can't beat the exposure. Wherever I go, people recognize me. Just yesterday, in the bathroom at halftime of the Arena Football League game, it's a true story. I'm standing there by the urinal. I'm all dressed up because I do the play-by-play in the color. And a guy walks by me and goes, "Hey, there's that Jew fag from the IMUS show."
No. But important, were your pants down?
And then my pants were down, yes. So I want to thank you. That was very, very, very nice.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that. You had to see this guy, too, by the way.
I was at a Subway in Albuquerque, New Mexico on Saturday, having been to the Man's Hat Shop. It's one of the great cowboy hat shops in America. And a guy recognized me in the subway, out on the outskirts of Albuquerque, and he was trying to explain to the person who was making the sandwiches who I was.
How'd that go?
Well, this wasn't You mean you don't recognize it was an uncomfortable moment. For him, I didn't care, but...
Excruciating.
Yeah.
Not Buddy Epson.
27 after the hour. Now, Senator Pete Domenici is coming up. Time magazine comes out